Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Flagstaff Microlite 25 FKS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around the trailer, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. Of course, you're going to want to leave room for your awning. More importantly, you're going to want to leave room for your slide. Take a look at how big your slide is, get a good eye for that. Make sure you leave plenty of room for that to come in and out unimpeded, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. Then I want you to think about where your water and power hookups are out. Your power is going to be all the way at the rear of your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your water connection is over here toward the campsite on the rear of the unit. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you've arrived and unhooked your hitch work, first thing you do is level your unit. Now, I do recommend getting a stick-on level with your slide closed. Find the middle of your unit, put a little stick-on level on there, and have someone keep an eye on it while you run this power tongue jack. Your unit does have its power tongue jack with a docking light for at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until it's level. You also have, should you lose power, behind this rubber stopper, a manual override for this hand crank. You can hand crank this up and down pretty easily. If you don't have power, once you've got your unit level, next thing you do is stabilize it. And on four corners of the unit, you have stabilizing jacks. With a hand crank with 3/4 inch socket on the end, you can use a drill gun or an impact driver, run these down in a matter of 2 seconds. But I do recommend if you do that, slow down when you get to the bottom, because you don't want to lift the unit at all. You only want to bring these down until they're taut. Remember, they're stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. Once your unit's level, run all four of them down nice and taut, preferably through some jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer. Grab a 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon and run all four of these down just until they're taut. Again, after you're done with your last one, go back around, make sure you haven't lifted anything up, change the levelness of your unit. Don't use your power tongue jack once these are down. Got your unit level and stable? Let's go ahead and hook up our power and water. Again, coming around to the rear side of your off camp side of the unit, where your power cord connects. Show you quickly how these new ones connect. You have a black washer here. So your cord will go in at an angle. Once it's in, turn to the right, and then turn on your washer. At the end of that 30 amp service, big long cord, should you need to plug in at home, there's a 30 to 110 adapter, 15 amp adapter that comes in your convenience pack. You got your power hooked up, let's do our water. On the rear of your unit is where your city water, antifreeze, and potable water all go in. So at your docking station, you open up your city water. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines inside your unit. Always use this when putting fluid into your unit. Hook this up, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. It's going to come right around the corner here to your hot water heater. And all we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plugs back in. I recommend plumber's tape. Don't use plumber's putty, that'll get stuck in the grooves. Plumber's tape in there, get that in there all nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Go to the front of your unit, farthest away from here, and turn on your hot water. Once that's got water running through it, you know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. There is an electric element down here. It is set to off. Only turn this on as well as indoors if you're hooked up to 110. Otherwise, leave this off for any other power connections. Also, if hot water heater doesn't seem to be working, come out here, and if either one of these bubbles are sticking up, simply press them back in. There are reset buttons. Let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna hook up to potable water. Going dry docking. Right to the left of your city water, here's your potable water tank. Simply fill this up with a hose. Water pressure regulator not needed. 2 ways to tell when it's full. One right there is an overflow valve. And 2, if you go to the inside where you check your tank levels and press down the freshwater tank, you'll be able to read there when that's full. Just remember, when using potable water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump if hooked up to city water, it's already pressurized. Alright, we're all hooked up to camp. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Besides your potable water and your city water connection, here's where you put your antifreeze in, cable and satellite hookups. The back of your unit here, all these stay up with a magnet. You have this big storage area. This is your other hand crank for bringing in your slide if you lose power on that. I'll show you where that'll go. Unit's also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Purchase your device you purchase from our store that sits on the dash of the tow vehicle, allowing you to electronically communicate with this and give you a backup camera for the unit. Spare tire with a cover. Your ladder to go up and check your seams. Recommended at least twice a year. Caulk as needed. In the back of the unit here is your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Around the corner, your off campsite, again your power. Over here is your fresh water drain. That's where you drain your potable water when leaving the campsite. Already got your slide open. When your slide's closed, we'll be able to get to your black and gray tank dumps there. Have a gray tank number 2 handle up here as well. You have an outdoor shower. There's a docking light. Your batteries, check your terminals now and then, make sure them haven't wiggled loose. You are bouncing the house down the road. Your propane has a regulator on the front. Simply turn it toward the tank you wish to be using. Open it up, it's green. It'll turn red when empty. Again, your power tongue jack, a cover for your propane tanks. Stabilizing jacks. Your little storage area here. Here's a little extra table that sits outside. Your big awning, we'll run that out in a moment. Your outdoor speakers. This is access to the back of your fridge. Right here is all prepped for a television. Cable and 110 for that, or 110 for a table out here. Over here is a lip, which I'll talk about in a moment. First, this low point drain here. So underneath here is the other low point drain. So you drain your other tanks if you're hooked up to city water. So you have this LP connect right here. There's a table as well as a holder and a grill that'll come out here, a griddle. And your outdoor kitchen. Another LP disconnect down here for this here. You have to press down both these handles at the same time to get this to come out. And simply pull your hose down from inside and hook up down there. Closing this, press these down. Here's an outdoor shower, a spray port, and again your hot water heater. That about covers everything out here. Oh, there's the hole for the manual override for the slide I was telling you about. Let's take a look inside your unit. Just to the right, I want to make sure that you and everyone who's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. In case of emergency, everyone should know where that's at. Also, just to the right when you come inside your doorway is your 110 with GFCI reset, your Wi-Fi Ranger, all the info for hooking that up, and your control panel. Starting over here with your new battery, here's where you check those. There's the fresh tank button I was telling you can hold down when filling your potable water. There's your black and 2 gray tanks. On here is where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Water heater if hooked up to gas. Water heater if hooked up to electric. And your tank heater if you're in inclement weather, that'll turn the pads on. Interior lighting, porch, awning, and step lighting. Here's your slide control. We'll run that back in when we're done. And your awning, extend and retract. Your awning, you're only going to want to run that out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once it does and you can see the bar underneath, then you know you're out far enough. You can also control all this from an app. On Google Play, scan that code right there and you can control everything from your awning, slide outs, and lights. It's nice, you can stand outside and control your awning or your slides while you're watching it open. Up here's your self-explanatory microwave. Of course, down here you have a light and a fan for your stove. The top on this makes an excellent backsplash. Come down here, you have a panel light. Over here, turn this to light. Hit your spark, and when your gas is on, it will light inside. There it is. Same thing on the oven. You got an oven light, but you turn it on here and just light it from here. No pilot light inside. 110 up here. Anything else around your kitchen? Smoke alarm right here. Come down to the floor, corner of your kitchen over here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. Now the reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect your battery so this doesn't run your battery down. Lighting up here. USB port and charging station here. Your power recliners, heat or massage, and recliner by pulling this handle. Come around to your TV here. Crank that on. What I mentioned on your TV is that's turning on. When you arrive at the campsite, press in this button so that you see that green button come on. Before running your digital channel scan, that's a digital channel enhancer. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. Shut our TV off here. Remote's in here. Your fireplace. They're not just for looks anymore. Crank the heat up on this thing. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, even this little fireplace will crank out enough heat to help you save some gas if you use the campsite's electricity to warm it up in here. Over here underneath your fridge, access panel to your fuse box and breaker box. So I got a variety, 15s, 30, 40 in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Coming up to your Dometic fridge. All your controls are inside the freezer. Up here's where you turn it on. Right now you're on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, it'll switch to gas. Or lift this button and you're strictly on gas. Shut that off here. Coming back down into your hallway here. Your light for the hall. This is a template. Should this ever want to get wired for solar, it's a template for the techs. Inside your bathroom, I just really want to mention to keep an eye on your plumbing, just like you would maintain at home. Behind that little panel right there is your access to plumbing. You do have a really nice hand crank open 4-power exhaust fan. Those are really powerful. Coming back into your bedroom, there's the table that can set up in front of your seating area there. I also have a hand crank open vent here. 110 cable here. This is all prepped for a TV back here as well. Coming back out to your unit. Lastly out here is your thermostat. Just to the right of your TV. Turn on a fan, or turn on your AC, or turn on your heat. Everything working. Your heat will take a second to shut off. It don't shut off as quickly as the fan and air do, but you'll hear that shut off, don't worry. So it about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. Oh, there's your grill and table that goes outside I was telling you about. So what I like to do is come to the control panel and shut off the interior lights. Now I can see all the individual lighting I need to go through and shut off. Let me do that real quick. Alright, so now that I've shut off all the lighting, except for what can be controlled from here, we're going to make sure nothing's in the way of this slide. That those drawers are closed, that everything's secured down. Then we can just hit slide in. You'll see the importance of having those drawers closed. You don't need to have your drawers ripped off because you want to close your slide. That door up there as well. And your TV, make sure that is tucked back into its back position. That will swivel. You see every inch is utilized here. So we just want to make sure this can come in. I wanted you to hear that noise. That noise is okay to hear. Just for a second or two. It's just a slide from keeping itself from coming in too far. You could also hear that going out. Alright, let's shut off our interior lighting and head on out of the unit. Closing these steps, you want to make sure that your exterior door is all the way open so this doesn't catch on it. Lift your stairs. Lock and deadbolt your door. Lift and turn this handle. So we're going to come to this first low point drain on your campsite. Couldn't see it too well before, but actually right inside your wheel well, you'll see the two of them right there. So open those up and drain them. Come to your hot water heater. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Hot water is going to start spewing out of there. Leave this open. Once that's done, make sure you close this down, otherwise this door won't close. And then you can pull your drain plug. Remember, this is hot water coming out of here. Bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Unhook any cable. Unhook our water, power, and hook our hitch up. And we're going to head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take the sewage hose. 10-foot sewage hose comes in the convenience pack. Hook it up right here. And the first thing you're going to pull is the sewer outlet. That's your black tank. That's your black handle. Pull that handle till you no longer hear it emptying. Leave that handle open. Come back to the rear of your unit. Again, with your water pressure regulator. Hook the hose up at the dump station to this tank flush. You can go ahead and turn that hose on and leave that running for a good 5 minutes. What that's going to do is going to spray out your black tank, get all that nastiness out of there. Then you can go ahead and shut that hose off. Come back here, close your black handle, and then pull your gray handle. Gray handle is going to be your cleaner shower, cleaner sinks. Excuse me, your cleaner water, your sinks and your showers, and it's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Close this gray handle. Come up here to gray tank number 2. This is from your front sink, so it's going to be cleaner water. Go ahead and hook that sewage hose up. Open up that tank and let that drain. Close everything up. Take your sewage hose. Come to the back of your unit. Squeeze to open. Sometimes it's take a few times the first time they're new. And store your sewage hose right inside your bumper. And a sanitary place for it. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.